They don't understand.
They don't care.
Yeah.
Or I wrote a long ass email about.
Do you fight TSA the way he does?
Well, I have. Don't you get TSA pre?
I don't have that.
Oh, you get that's because you have to fly the same airline.
I'm gonna do that.
Just go to
No, you need to get the
global entry.
Yeah, the
Ari
global is the
Shafir
best.
told me how to treat TSA.
He fights them every
and
time.
I fight them every time.
And I just disassociate. When we're in the airport, I go into a completely separate line because I don't even want to pretend like I know
I'll tell
him.
you why.
Here we go.
You're not a police officer.
Yeah, don't get me started. Don't
okay,
even
and I'm gonna say this. All right, this question.
You're like
after
the
they
squad.
see your ticket and your ID, you'll be like putting your stuff on that little belt thing, right? And they'll go. Some stranger will go, "Where are you going, sir?" And I don't answer them. It's none of your fucking business.
I know.
You already saw my shit.
Yeah.
I'm not answering you.
All the shit I had to go through to get to this point.
Yeah.
Like I'm
not
done
doing
with
it.
you. You know, I don't.
I hate them.
I was at Chicago, and like, so for some reason the line was a little messed up. So they had, and this lady was yelling at us. You know, she was like, y'all in the mall, just going on and on. And I was like, this is a customer service business, okay? Like, and then there was luckily there was this white guy there in a suit, and he was like, I need to see this chick's manager. So the manager comes over, and her name was Cookie, of course.
Oh,
Wow.
like the show.
And she was just acting up. And I said to the guy, I said, let's not act like this is the first time you've got a complaint about her attitude. Okay? And they, he was just like trying not to be like, it's like, come on. Like learn some manners. You know? Like, I feel like that's not a government assigned job. Okay? You actually filled out an application and was like, I want to do this job. It's like, it's like they have one application for the post office, DMV, but parking enforcement and TSA, and then they just assign them because they all have the same ridiculous attitude.
Another thing, though, it's not really their fault, right? It's like they probably are told all these things about rules and how to look for ISIS, and all these things.
Bobby, a million people go through the airport. How many times do you think they'd stop a terrorist?
What?
How many times do you think they stop a terrorist at LAX?
Exactly.
None.
Because that shit will be on the news. We found a terrorist. No.
Never has happened.
Out of 10 million people, there's probably one person that this is
also
a dog and pony show.
Also, that's not the route they're going to take the next time. Because when they did 9/11 was such a fucking shock because no one had ever really done that before. To steal our planes and use our planes against us, which, I've said this before, was a fucking genius idea.
But not,
it's wrong and evil,
but not
and the worst thing ever.
But not in the long run. It's not like if you're ISIS. Let me tell you that if ISIS, this would be the stupidest thing ever. If ISIS did get a bomb and blew up some city or anything like that, all they would do is poke the bear, and then it would be the only reason why we don't go over there and just ransack the place as it is because we police ourselves. We got people going, no, we don't want any kids to die. Right. We don't want any families to die. We don't want any soldiers to die. If they killed hundreds of thousands of people, all that would mean it would just be this should be over like this because we would be like
it would be like Hiroshima, Nagasaki.
Yeah, we don't fuck around. We don't fuck around when it comes to
what we did after 9/11
it wasn't enough.
I'm just saying what we did after 9/11. The response had made no absolute sense. We took out.
We police ourselves.
And
so I'm not getting what you're saying. So what you're saying right now is that if there was even a bigger, like they killed 100,000 people, then what you're saying that our response would be devastating to them?
Yes.
I don't think so.
No, because we would have the okay. Because even that response.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. We had the okay to go into Afghanistan to find Osama bin Laden, right? Because that's what happened. He was in charge of 9/11, right? But instead, we went into a country, right? And then we took out Saddam Hussein, who had nothing to do with 9/11. So what I'm saying is that regardless of what they do to us, our response is probably going to be...
We created ISIS.
They're not going to make any fucking sense.
Look, this is about Homeland Security. I'm more conservative than I am liberal because I liken it to like if we're playing basketball on the yard and getting serious.
Yeah,
there's always a guy that's like, man, fuck y'all, I'm gonna go to my trunk, and back in the hood, that just means this guy's got a gun in his trunk,
right?
Okay. Now the difference between a liberal and a conservative, the liberal is gonna let him get to the trunk and kill 3 people and then do something about it. The conservatives going to be like, you're not getting to the trunk.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to beat your ass right here. Now, check this out. There may not be a gun in the trunk,
Right.
but the action was taken.
Yeah.
That's the difference between the two.
No.
So
the conservative would go to somebody that had nothing to do with the situation and beat the shit out of them. Is what you're saying. That's what we did.
Saddam Hussein was the gun.
The reason
he was
why
claiming he had weapons.
The reason why we have ISIS in the first place is because we destabilized that region. There was a civil war. We needed
to be destabilized.
Really to create ISIS.
Look, that's just a byproduct of
yeah, and the worst byproduct that we can imagine.
Look, Bobby.
Yeah,
we've been over to that place.
Yeah,
we've been over to these places.
We have.
They don't know how to treat their own people. It's fucking ridiculous. Like Egypt should be fucking bulldozed. Okay, like it's like they don't follow traffic laws. Yeah, they don't follow traffic laws.
Yeah.
Goats get out of fucking buses in the middle of the freeway.
Yeah.
Careful, Eric. You might get extorted.
Yeah, you're gonna get extorted here
by some Egyptian.
I'm just saying, like some of these places, all the oil money is going to like one family. They're not helping their own people.
Yeah,
like that shit is the thing that created
and
all
that
the
oil
stuff more
money
than
is being
anything else.
funded. They fund these terrorist activities on
Exactly.
fucking side.
Hello?
My point is that everyone's in cahoots.
Not just our fault.
Just listen, everyone's in cahoots, right? And I believe, right, that if we were attacked, our response wouldn't be.
Now, my point I'm trying to make to you is this.
But you're trying to convince me.
No. If we were attacked, there would be no. It would galvanize everybody like it did after 9/11. I remember
what? What we did was we did something that had nothing to do.
It doesn't
with
matter
what the fucking action was.
It doesn't matter. But that was still the mandate was given. Go do something. What you're saying is what they did wasn't proper. Okay, I'm telling you though.
All right, so
before that,
all right, so
the country was like, go do something.
So if ISIS attacks us, right, we will do something and we'll attack China.
Because it's right now. It's
we probably need to because China.
No, you know why you need to get China because China and North Korea.
You're still
are
not.
actually
Yeah, but they have nothing to do with the attack.
You're still missing the point.
I'm not missing any point.
Yes,
what
you
I'm
are.
saying is
I'm telling you, if something bad happens, the whole country's gonna be like, all right, we're okay with you doing whatever. Like,
I mean, look at what happened in fucking the last.
We'll drop a bomb on Iran if they do
Belgium.
something.
Did they catch everyone from Belgium yet?
I think they did. The brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
or Paris, like all these things.
Here's the thing,
like,
though. When they when shit like that happens, those people always end up dead. The first time I've ever seen somebody not end up dead is that guy from the Boston Marathon.
Oh yeah.
Usually the cops and the government. They
you know what I call him?
They don't fuck around with shit
Cutie
like that.
pie.
They just don't fuck around with things like that.
I know he's evil, and this is what bullshit, right? Because remember, Rolling Stones put him on the cover of the fucking magazine.
Women write him,
and he has women followers. And how dare you make him look
Bobby.
like a rock star? How dare you make him look like a rock
You're
star
right.
on
I
Rolling
would
Stone
have
magazine?
sex with Jeffrey
and I'm going to
Dahmer.
just say this: he's a fucking evil little fuck, and he deserves to die. He's cute,
Tsarnaev,
and that's a fact.
Which one though?
That's a fact, Georgie. Do you think he's cute?
You're talking about the younger one.
Tsarnaev,
The one that's alive,
only one that's
fuckface.
alive
But that's not
is-
supporting him. Just saying that.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
just,
not saying anything. I'm just.
But that's how
saying
people are gonna misconstrue
that
this.
if he wasn't a terrorist, I'd suck his dick.
Bobby thinks the guy's cute. It means that he's okay with terrorism. That's how people do it.
Yeah.
Usually those people end up dead. When you hear about a shooter or something,
Yeah.
the next day it's like, the shooter dies every time.
Yeah.
Columbine.
Am I going to get in trouble for saying that just now?
That Tsarnaev is cute. No, he has a fan
No, that
girl
would suck his
club.
dick if he wasn't a terrorist.
This happens all the time.